we have a couple of details that were revealed with D23 Brazil, talking about everybody's favorite project, the one that's destroying Rivers of America. Yay! New details revealed for largest expansion at Magic Kingdom. Yes, that is indeed what is going on. If people aren't already aware, they are still planning, apparently, even though they may have hit a snag in the permitting process, to remove all of Rivers of America for what you're seeing on screen right now, this card rally race thing. And apparently we got a couple of updates surrounding the details for this specific attraction, and they're not great. We'll go ahead and start out with Walt Disney World News today. Rumor, Cars e-ticket at Magic Kingdom will be first ever trackless high-speed thrill ride. That is what we are hearing right now. In fact, we actually have some video here. Let me make sure I can actually...
I call misleading advertising.
Mm-hmm.
The Santa Monica Freeway is a trackless high-speed thrill ride. So much for world's first.
Oh man, Lou.
That's very true.
Oh, maybe not high speed, but that's another story.
Hey, it's a screen ride.
More than life itself right now. Like, this is my favorite video on the planet.
Yes.
Like, this is your ride. This is your ride that is replacing Rivers of America. I can go do this right now for like $30 at a dirt track right outside like my house. Like, this is so sad.
Spencer, you don't even have to pay money to. You don't have to pay money to get this kind of ride. All you gotta do is jump the lines a bit at the Magic Kingdom, and you'll get a free ride to the front. So,
yeah, via a golf cart. It's the same thing.
There's state parks that do this for free in California on the way to Vegas.
This one is really, I'm scratching my head at this a lot because Spencer, you were asking, how this was actually going to work. Apparently this is going to be a trackless ride system, wirelessly controlled, not too dissimilar to maybe Rise of Resistance at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Florida and Disneyland, or maybe even Luigi's, Rollickin' Roadsters, that kind of technology. Now, historically, I mean, this is had to have been stuff that, so one of the things that delayed the opening of Rise of Resistance, for example, was the sensors in the ground were put in upside down, backwards. It was a whole mess because that floor has to, it's crazy. That floor has to be perfectly flat. Like, it has to be perfect. And those sensors had to be put in correctly. Unfortunately, that did not happen, which delayed that opening from what was supposed to be summer of 2019 to winter of 2019, very early in the year of 2020 for Disneyland.
Because once you do it wrong, it isn't just a matter of, let's turn it right side upside. You got to chisel it all out first before you can.
Correct.
It sounds like the sensor issues we're having with Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Oh,
exactly.
Interesting that you say that. Somebody was able to find this video from Dynamic Attractions, I believe it's what it's called. Yes. This is from 2017. This is the suspected ride system that they might use or employ for this specific attraction. This is a wirelessly controlled, essentially go-kart type experience that has been championed by this company. You can see
this is a commercial for like the system.
Yes, the system. The system itself from the manufacturer back in 2017. You kind of see how this might be used for this specific attraction. They're saying that, they want you to go through ponds and puddles and through various terrains and so forth. You can actually see in the concept art here kind of what.
So lame.
It does.
Yes.
It looks boring.
It does because it doesn't feature like the
Roadsters or the Speedster one or whatever, the one they have right now. Like, at least that one goes fast. Like, you get that sense of speed. This is just sort of like like Nolan was saying, like a ride on the golf cart when you get in trouble.
Well, and my question in that picture is, if you look at the ones in the Disney Dirt video, my first thought was, God, they're tall. And then I realized the center of gravity is low with the thing on top because of the massive batteries they've got to have to stay charged. Well, these ones in the company video make you wonder, where's the battery?
That's a good point.
Well, another thing is, even Ryan.
Where's the battery in that?
they would have to build a biodome to keep the dirt dry. I mean, it rains so much in Florida. I don't think it'd be real dirt. It would just be fake dirt.
I didn't even think about that, Bob.
Right.
Weather conditions.
That's the thing. I don't think this is going to be real dirt at all. I think they're trying to emulate that kind of feel with this test track, let's say.
Fuller's earth and shredded sponge.
See, Raiders Wings Racers.
Rain. We already have that.
Yeah, we do actually. We do at Disneyland.
We do.
We don't. Okay, at Test Track in Walt Disney World, or Raiders Wings Racers in California Adventure, or any of these wirelessly controlled attractions like Relic and Roadsters in Cars Land, they don't operate in the rain at all. They shut down completely. So you're about to get rid of a major part of Magic Kingdom for this specific attraction, for something that might not operate in one of the most frequent weather conditions in the state of Florida. Tell me this makes sense, guys.
Not even just the drivability, but also let's remember the importance of, like, these are going to be characters from the Cars universe we're going to be driving. They're new characters, but they're supposed to be in the Cars universe. So please tell me they're going to at least, try to do like what they've been doing with a lot of the more recent attractions, where they want the car ride, to be like very expressive. Hopefully we'll see like the eyes moving around or something like that. I swear, if they just put like a lame like shield on that's just painted eyes, like, it's going to look awful. But then again, you have to think about the mechanics on the inside of them, to where, is it going to be impacted by the rain, or are we just going to get something that's looking like a cheap, little Chuck E. Cheese thrill ride where it's just painted with a mold and then we're done?
Look, getting serious for a second, just a second, I promise.
Were we not before?
The answers to all of these questions are, we don't know and they don't know. They just needed something to put on the screen to justify going to Brazil and charging people $1,000 to watch this movie.
That's a decent point, actually. I think they might be just still figuring it out. I see Non de Plume ask this question as well. I just want to be very clear. This was a test that they conducted in order to get the feel for the attraction, not necessarily of the ride system itself. So you can see right here from DSNY Newscast, he reiterated this. And I believe if we listen to the presentation, they'll actually say something to that effect. I don't have the audio on right now because you really can't understand it really. But I just want to be very clear about that. It does seem, though, that this is very similar to what we might actually be getting, just in terms of like the feel.
We don't know. We have no clue. It may be similar to what they hope they can give us, but they hoped they could give us Tiana's on opening day. They hope they could give us the center of Epcot without lights they have to now cover up because they can't figure out how to keep them from leaking. Hope springs eternal with us, folks. We're full of hope.
If you think Tiana is scary, when the animatronics stop operating, imagine if they put like screens for like these Cars characters and you just see like the lit up eyes just go black. Then you get these black-eyed cars. The little kids are going to love seeing that. Like, they need to be careful.
Nolan, you just want more funky content.
The eyes go black before they crash into a wall because they don't want to watch. But you're in the car. You have no choice.
Oh, boy. It's just, I just don't understand this move right here. It just doesn't make any real sense to me. You're
like it's just so emblematic of what we're seeing with every single thing. Like I know Bob was like, he said he loves Disney. We all do. We all wish it was better. But look at what they're giving us. They're giving us the like Tiana's Bayou that doesn't work, 6 out of the 7 days out of the week. They're giving us that awful gift shop for Haunted Mansion / Tiana's Bayou. They're giving us the thing you guys talked about like a couple weeks ago, when the what was it? Like something, they were building something and they put up just like really bad walls that didn't really like cover it up so you could see it while you were still walking around the park. And it was like, oh, you're doing construction there. We wouldn't have seen that back like 20 years ago. So just the quality keeps dropping on everything. And then you get to something like this, where we're going to wipe out something that, sure, maybe it's not the most quote unquote exciting attraction, but it gets people want to go. It's a memory attraction, right? And you're wiping that out for this, for a track ride, maybe gonna go 50 miles
across
an hour?
the river, former river from the Haunted Mansion, This
Yes.
across from Liberty Square.
Oh,
This
yes.
across from Tiana. How does that work? You know, when
For
they
something-
originally talked about building a Cars thing like what's at Disneyland at the back of the Magic Kingdom, I thought, well, you know, there is a tenuous Route 66 connection there to Big Thunder. But this, and by the way, from an investor's point of view, from a management point of view, you know the difference between us trying to imagine what this will be like and the people who created that video? They get paid big to think up this stuff. Think about that for a minute.
Too much.
In theory, they're still trying to hire the best people they can get. In theory, they're telling them, make the best stuff you can make. And when they come up with stuff like this, doesn't somebody start saying, maybe we need some new people here at this enormous expense?
Do you remember there's a video we watched a long time ago? It was either here or on Pro, and I'm sure you guys have watched it since, but it's like from around like 2010 or so, and it's like a Disney like a press conference, like with the, like for the parks, just with like, you know, insiders, like stat, like me. It wasn't like a big event, but there's one of the parks guys is there, and they're asking him like, oh, have you seen what Universal's doing? Like they're upping up their game, and the Disney guy basically goes like, yeah, we don't care, like they're not competition, like we're not threatened by that. I think about that video every time I watch your, like, this show, Pro show, go to that park place, because I'm like, that will haunt them forever.
It absolutely would. If I could find that video, I will, and I'll play it for you, because I think it's very emblematic of the current thought process of the Walt Disney Company right now. It's like, we're Disney. We don't necessarily even have to try. People will come anyway. Resting on their laurels. I think there was a Frommer's article that just came out that actually said something to that effect, that they seem unconcerned with what the competition is actually doing, and they're just doing what they want to. The ends justify the means. Hey, if we get rid of the Rivers of America, for example, that's less of an operational cost to keep the Liberty Square riverboat or Liberty Bell operational, right? We open up all of this land. It'll be fine. People will just accept whatever we give them. And it's like, you're removing something that makes one of your premier parks in the entire world, Magic Kingdom, a castle park. You're taking the park out of it, and you're replacing it with an experience, like has been stated before by our panelists today. You can see right here, Joshua Harris, they're planning to destroy a third of the world's most popular theme park to duplicate an experience that you can find almost anywhere 20 miles outside of a major city. And that's exactly what they're doing. And it's
exactly.
This is why, this is why this is an important story, because it's just so representative.
And more important, maybe, they knew the right answer to that question when they built Cars Land. They built something you can't get anywhere. So why did they know it then and they've forgotten it by now?
John Lester was there as part of the company, probably.
Well, yeah, right.
I want to go ahead and end the story off because, Lou, you brought up what changed then, what changes now. John Lester, I think, is a big part of that. We actually just learned that apparently Cars 4 is in production currently. They sent out a survey to attendees at D23 Brazil, and it does look like something is happening on the Cars 4 front. Either it's in active production where they were just about to announce it at D23 Brazil, or that it is still in development. But something is going on there, which might explain why the emphasis was placed on Cars for an attraction replacing one of the most beloved parts of all of Magic Kingdom. So that's what's going on there.
Gosh, that's not Cars 4. That's Caros 4. Completely different.
Caros 4, yes. That is, you know what? Let's take back that reporting right there. We want to go ahead and be as accurate as possible. Caros 4, currently in production right now.
Wait.
A previous
Charo?
story.
Charo 4? Oh my God.
What happened to 2 and 3?
Wait, what? No. Okay. Something's happening right there. That was a highlight from our live stream on That Park Place Podcasts online, where the full stream can be found at the link in the description. But what about you? What were your thoughts on this particular story? Please let us know in the comments below. Like this video if you did like this video. Share us out, as it helps us out tremendously against the YouTube algorithm. And thank you so much for watching. T3, BO. Please comment, like, and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to That Park Place Podcasts Online, your source for exclusive content and highlights from WDW Pro, The Pro Show, and That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.